Hello my beautiful souls and welcome to my tarot card channel. If you're new here, my name is Jem, and in today's pick card reading, we're going to be discussing what special powers do you have. So, in pick card readings, you can view them how you like. You can watch the whole reading, or you can watch whatever pile catches your eye, as long as you take what resonates and leave the rest. Know the way that I read tarot is about self-reflection. It's about showing you the different options you have, and of course it's for entertainment purposes, so don't take anything too seriously. Also, it's about knowing that you have your own free will. You get to choose and decide what options you want to do, and have trust in yourself. So yeah, that is my disclaimer. Let's hop into the pile selection. So we have 3 different piles here today. So for pile 1, we have this beautiful, gorgeous baddie. She's got a lot of eyeliner. She's got a really sharp, angled eyeliner, arched brows. She's got a strong cheekbone with blush on it. It like contours her face. She's got beautiful lips. She's wearing like emerald green. She looks like she's in the Wizard of Oz. And she's got bangs. She's got beautiful curly hair. She's got these dangly like rose gold earrings and necklace. She's also got like a cape on, or like some sort of hood. It's reminding me of like Red Riding Hood's like hood. And she's got bushes and like a castle behind her. So if any of that resonates, please pick pile 1. And then for pile 2, we have this other beautiful, gorgeous baddie. She has bat ears on her head. There is like light casting on her. She looks like she's on like a show or like filming like a movie. Cause like, you know how they make those like fake casts or those fake scenes, and then they have like the shining bright lights on it. So that's what that made me think of. Also, she's got like this, she's got a V cut showing off her beautiful chest. She's got like these fluffy shoulder, puffy shoulders on her gown. She's also got like sparkly necklace and earrings. And then I think there's like a cabin or something behind her. Also, her eyes are like smoky eyes, and she's got a lot of glitter and like sparkle in the corners of her eyes, and it really like flatters her, and she's looking up confidently, and she's absolutely gorgeous. So if that catches your eye, please pick pile 2. And then for pile 3, we have this other beautiful, gorgeous baddie. She kind of reminds me of like the Hocus Pocus, or what's that one movie, Halloween Town? It kind of reminds me of those things. She's got this beautiful, gorgeous, like peach-ish orange dress on. She's got her beautiful long hair. She's got these cute little earrings. She's got blue eyes, red lips, arched brow. Her hat, she's got a witch hat on. It's like on an angle. And behind her is beautiful witchy decorations. There's a black cat. There is pumpkins. And there's a lot of like decorations behind her and candles. So if that resonates with you, please pick pile 3. Let's hop into pile 1. Hello my beautiful pile 1s. If you chose this image, this will be your reading on what magical powers do you possess. So before we hop into the reading, I want to let you guys know I do offer personal readings. Every single deck you see in my channel is listed there. I also have a sale going on for spooky season. It is going to be up until my birthday, the 26th. And yeah, and then we're going to have an extended reading on my Patreon. So if you feel like this reading resonated with you and you want to hear more about it, that will be on my Patreon. It helps out the channel. It's ad-free, and I get to freely talk about more 18+ things over there. So yeah. Okay, so let's hop into your reading. The first thing we're going to do is tarot, index messages, and then Pinterest board. But the first thing I wanted to say, pile 1, is there could be something very significant to you with the color green. The color green could represent many different things. It could represent envy. It could represent the grass, you know, the green growth. It could represent stability, like earth signs, emotional stability. It could represent healing. What else does the color green represent? It could also represent like diamonds, like there's the emerald green, like an actual jewel. And yeah, so the color green could be very significant to you in some way. Maybe you've been wearing green, maybe you've been, you know, stepping into your like foundational stability era, and maybe you've been wearing green, or maybe some of you guys have been maybe healing some envy. But anyways, I think the main thing I'm getting for you, pile 1, is what magical power do you possess? The magical power that you possess is taking flight. The ability to spread your wings and fly to any destination that you need to go, or a destination that has been calling you to step into the unknown and to not be afraid of what comes next, and like almost like romanticize the power that you possess, pile 1, is the way you romanticize life. It's the ability for you to grow and adapt to new situations, and even situations that may be out of your control. For some of you, I'm kind of getting, you guys could be like maybe moving or leaving. And the reason why I say that is both these cards say that. This one says, take your flights and step into the unknown. And then this card literally says, this is a dancer who leaves to enter the citadel and dances their way into, you know, this new place, this new environment. They could literally be like, also the color green could represent like a new house, a new place, a new location, traveling. So that could be something. Obviously that's not going to resonate with everybody, but there could be something about that. And I think what's another beautiful strength that you have and beautiful power you possess, pile 1, is your ability to self-express. Your ability to express yourself through maybe even specifically dance, the way you move your body, maybe the way you meditate, maybe the way you like decorate your home could be a very powerful way of self-expression and an exciting thing that is something that you really enjoy, like maybe having like a bunch of plants around your environment, or the way that you maybe can like speak to plants. Maybe you have a like this power like no other to really connect with nature, and that could be what your superpower is. Another thing I'm getting with the Chariot, I'm going to read more specifically what it says. It says, to ascend to new heights, success, driven, and obtainment. Whatever it is that you are looking for, whatever it is, dream that you're seeking, you have it and you are fulfilling it, and you are heading quickly in that direction, especially with the eagle here. You could have like a air sign type spirit animal, maybe like specifically like a bird or a butterfly or some sort of thing that has wings. Snakes could be significant. There could be some temptation as well. I like how this card specifically says, and it talks about like the Adam and Eve were tempted by the devil, basically, like the snake. Oh, like just eat this apple or whatever. And in the card it says some people fall into that, but then others don't. Others stay, like true to themselves, or they don't fall into the temptation of, I'll read it. It says, some witches gain their powers from the devil, but the confessions of some tell a different story. Many aligned witches, you could be a witch, gained their powers through the fields, the woods, the hills, and like basically like their remedies, they became like, it says like with the Queen of Fairies in obtainment of their magical remedies, which is so crazy that we're talking about like your spiritual powers you possess, and it literally says it in this whole thing. But it talks about the famous queen was conjured up in the Midsummer Night by Shakespeare. She was beautiful, and her husband had like a spell casted on him, and she fell in love with that donkey because he like turned into a donkey or something. And they talk about how love is blind and magical, and sometimes it could be, it could turn into, and it's unpredictable. And sometimes it says that above all, love is a wonderful, strange, difficult, and ultimate step that leads us towards others and requires us to make a choice. So it talks about you could decide whether you want to blindly follow a selfish whim or whether you want to use a truthful eye to recognize what is right in front of you as you discover your most intimate part in another. And then the whole description says love, choices, union, sexuality, and romanticism. So with this card, it makes me think of like your ability to see past distractions, to choose love instead of like hate, to choose love and understanding and compassion and positivity, to romanticize life and see the beauty in all, instead of falling into the distraction of the devil or distraction of the ego, right? To let you fall into this, just focusing on, the negatives in life, or just focusing on or distracting yourself from moving forward. So there could be something about that, but that's mainly what I'm getting with these cards. I could talk more about that we have you are him or her. I think there was something saying like you are literally a witch, so the magical power that you possess is the witchy vibes. I think you could maybe use like different remedies or different like spells that you could put on yourself that could bring you more closer to your authentic self and who it is you want to truly be. It talked also about, in one of these cards, talked about the dancer not being afraid to be their authentic self, not being afraid to dance and step into the spotlight and having everybody, paying attention to them and watching them dance. And we have constantly traveling. You could be constantly traveling, or there could be something about maybe you stepping into traveling. You could also be healing. Get jiggy with it. You could be dancing, literally dancing to some fun music. It says quality versus quantity. So quality is better than quantity. You could be having fun on this journey. What I really like, oh my God, you know what's so funny? I talked about the Wizard of Oz in your reading. And if you think about, because your image looks like there's a castle behind her, it looks like she's in the Wizard of Oz. And in the Wizard of Oz, they're like, we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And they're singing, they're dancing on their journey to go see this, wizard, to give their powers and their dreams. And like, they're not afraid to take that path, even though it was scary, even though they had companionship, they had family, they had the people, the union to travel together, and to not see it as something scary, even if the witch turned out to be, I think I don't know, but I know the original or the new Wizard of Oz is like the wizard, it wasn't good, but like it's almost like, I think you could take that as like, you don't need anybody else to make your dreams come true. It was about the journey overall. It's about the journey you learned for yourself, and like the things you learned along the way, the friends you made along the way, the romanticism, the beautiful things, the way you were able to romanticize life. But anyways, so that's what I have with that. Let's see what else we got with your index cards. It says, you are so amazing. It says, I was impulsive. That could definitely be playing into the lovers a little bit, because it talked about, in the lovers card, it's like, are you gonna, choose to do an impulsive whim, or are you going to, accept what's right in front of you and start to, romanticize and see the beauty in what's right in front of you? So there could be something about that. This could just be a sign that maybe that's what a beautiful power that you have is, like, to not be impulsive. I feel like what I'm really getting with you is like you are somebody who is very stable, very structured. Maybe you take your time to really think things through. And it's interesting how we have the eagle on, like, under that. And usually the eagle is an air sign, which represents an air sign, which moves very quickly and usually sometimes maybe a little bit impulsively. So there could be like, maybe there's elements of that, and like it's a good balance between the two, So that's what I have with that. What else do we have for pile 1? We have intelligent. You're very smart. And it says, my ego is getting in the way. I think there's could be something about you being able to see past your ego. Okay, let's see what we have with your Pinterest board. The wonderful Wizard of Oz. It says, God is so much bigger than your hurt, your mistakes, your doubt, your past, your shame. It kept talking about also leaving the past behind. The eagle said leave the past behind, which was says the eagle's leaving behind and stepping into the unknown. It says your regrets, your pains, your worries. She's laughing, she's having a good time. The AD iceberg. It says what people think ADHD is: trouble focusing, fidgeting. What AD actually is: difficulty maintaining relationships, depression, difficulty following and maintaining conversations, inability to focus even if there's no distractions, executive dysfunction, poor manipulative impulse control, forgetting to eat, sleep, go to the bathroom, problems focusing on things even if they're of interest, difficulties switching tasks or sticking to one, choice paralysis, losing items relentlessly, rejecting sensitive dysphoria, mood swings, hyperfixation, uncontrollable fidgeting, financial problems, sensory processing disorder, anxiety, all or nothing, poor signs of time, and all these other things. So for some of you, there could be something about, this could be a very specific message. Obviously, don't take it if it doesn't resonate, but maybe some of you guys are accepting a part of yourself that may struggle with those things and learning how to work with them and not letting that be the devil of the expression to distract you from, doing the things that make you happy and stepping into your journey. It says to be soft is to be powerful. You could be someone who, what your magical power is your vulnerability, the love you're able to spread and have for one another and for others. It says Halloween movie checklist. Your superpower could be maybe you have a whole collection of movie playlists, and you're okay, we gotta watch this movie this Halloween. We gotta watch this one. This is a classic. It says until it's done, tell none. I don't agree with that. You could easily tell anybody, and it's about what you take from them. You can't let other people's doubts make you doubt yourself. You don't have to hold. The whole point of stepping out and shining is a part of it comes with people seeing you. You can't hide away, and then think that, for example, if I wanted to be a tarot card reader and I want to be a tarot card reader, people are going to have to, meet me. People are going to have to get to know me. People are going to have to watch my videos. So I have to be in the spotlight. I have to be placed on display. And I'm going to be judged. I'm going to be sent negative messages. But it's about not taking that stuff in. It's about having a stable foundation in yourself to be I don't care who finds out. I don't care who knows. I'm doing what makes me happy. And if that's a problem for them, then that's their problem. So I hope that makes some sense. We have, unfortunately, I do love going to sleep early, lowering my screen time, the smell of coffee in the morning, white noise, hot coffee in the fall, waking up peacefully. It says peaceful side, fall side, table, decor. There could be something about you really stepping into, your superpower is really stepping into the fall, really romanticizing, loving the fall, decorating your house, doing little things that make the fall really fun and exciting. Maybe getting your pumpkin spice latte or hot coffee. Drinking, watching scary movies, Halloween movies, decorating your home, making cookies, maybe, carving a pumpkin. What else do we have about pile 1 superpower? We have 111 here, and your pile is number 1. It says, just because it takes time doesn't mean it's not happening. There could be something about you trusting the process, even if it is a slow process, and understanding, even if you can't see the process or the steps of you growing, when you take a pause and look back of how far you came, it really puts it in perspective. And then let's get one last one here. You could have really beautiful eyeshadow. Your skill could be your makeup, the way you do your makeup. You could have really beautiful makeup. It says in 6 months, you will have 6 months of excuses or 6 months of progress. Your choice. Wow. I think that's putting somebody on the spot right there with that one. Are we on the same page? You could be, what could be, pile one, is making like choices that bring you further in the direction you need for yourself. And another thing is, you could your superpower, your magical power that you possess could be the way you communicate with your partner, the way you communicate. I think you could be a very communicative type of person. You could be very good on getting on the same page as your partner. But yeah, that is what I have for you, my beautiful pile one. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, look, the wizard. I like when no one knows where I am or what I'm doing. Maybe you guys are in your hermit era right now. Some of you guys could be Virgos. You can't give your life no more time. So give the time you have more life. Don't just exist, but live. So there could be something about, there could be something about that. So that is what I have for you, my beautiful pile ones. Thank you so much for watching. I do offer personal readings, and I do have an extended, so check that out. It's in the description if you're interested in any of those. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in one of the next ones. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile twos. If you chose this image, this will be your reading on what beautiful magical powers do you possess. So, before we hop into it, I want to remind you guys I do sell personal readings. Every single deck you see on my channel is listed there. There's bundles, there's customizable ones, and I have a sale going on. You could get a reading as low as $15 with code SPOOKY over there, and it is going to be up until the 26th of Halloween, of October, because that's my birthday. So if you're interested to check that out, make sure to do so, and we're going to have an extended reading to this pile as well to get a little bit more into juicy detail, because there's less people over there watching. It's ad-free. And I am free to get into the more gritty detail, more 18 plus things over there. So if you'd like to check that out, make sure to do so. It helps out the channel. And thank you so much for listening. Let's hop into your reading. So we have 4 cards here today. We're going to do tarot, we're going to do index messages, and then we're going to do Pinterest board. But your reading is very interesting, pile 2. So interesting how we got the number 2, and there's the 2 of Pentacles. She's juggling these 2 pentacles. So I think what is your magical power, first off, is your beauty. You are absolutely stunning. You are absolutely extremely attractive. You could have really beautiful genetics. There could just be something about your face structure. Something about your face card could be very attractive, whether you're man, woman, it doesn't matter. You just are very attractive. People could feel very attracted to you. Your beauty is what truly is a magical power of yours. I think another thing, we have the Archer, and in this card, it specifically talks about this person taking a deep breath, winding back that arrow and having a very straight shot aim and then hitting the target. But this person takes their time. This person is, taking a deep breath, aiming directly, doing the calculations in their head to aim exactly where it is they want to go, and then they shoot their arrow. And I think with this card, it says you are maybe someone who moves a little bit slower. With it being reversed, it could be saying in reverse it said that maybe you missed the target. Maybe the target was missed in the past, right? And it said, instead of harping on, that loss, and being like, oh my God, I think what's magical power you have is the ability to let that go, not take it personally, and also see the next beautiful opportunity to shoot the arrow again, and try again to hit that target, hit that goal that you've been wanting to reach. So I think what this is trying to say is you're not afraid of taking time. But also I feel like for some of you, you guys might be quicker you might move a lot quicker, but you could have a great balance with maybe taking your time a little bit more. Like it's saying with the Archer, it's take your time with directing this arrow. It doesn't need to be, you don't need to, shoot a million at once. it's better to take your time and be a little bit more precise on where it is you want to target. So that's what I'm getting with this card, is like that could be who you already are, and that could be your magical power. I think with the planning ahead, you could be someone who plans ahead. You could be someone who plans very detailed. You plan ahead on what, direction, what path, and how you're going to target that. With the Two of Pentacles, this is a person who, only has Two of Pentacles. They're juggling between these Two of Pentacles, but they're doing it in a way of a dance. They're doing it in a way of like still having this infinity sign of ultimate, unlimited possibilities, even though they may only have Two of Pentacles. So I'm going to read what it says here for you. It says the Witch of the Two of Pentacles is the able juggler who can do many things at once, even in complicated situations. So you could be someone who's very good at juggling between goals, challenges, obstacles, or juggling between, your priorities, or juggling between maybe your resources, maybe like a lack of resources at the moment. It says, in fact, as the sea is rising at her back, as fortunes interchange and challenges increase, even when shit hits the fan, even when chaos strikes, this person is still able to juggle. This person's still able to have this beautiful, this beautiful entertainment or ability to juggle it all, even while chaos strikes. The witch dance and makes the sign of infinity, the infinite possibilities. The ability to not let chaos almost like stop you from juggling, stop you from having that, I think stability in yourself. I think that could be what this is saying, because it says she can navigate multiple problems as long as she maintains her personal balance. Having that personal balance within. And having that personal balance within and having that control over yourself is what brings real stability to maintain any type of chaos. So that's what I'm getting with this card, and I think that's what your super, your magical power is. And I think another thing, your ability to perform, to juggle your priorities, your things, and you have unlimited possibilities because of this. You could literally do anything, pile 2. The color peach or a pinkish brown could be your color, pile 2, or it could just be a current color that's coming out for you. It's making me think of orange is more of a quick moving, anxious-ish color, but also kind of excitement color, joy color. And then the pink is more of soft, loving. It reminds me of love, gentle, and yeah, that's what I'm getting here. Maybe you've been using a lot of pink highlighter or pink blush, or you wearing more pink, stepping into more of that. And that could be what maybe could be something that brings you to equilibrium. But this card says getting by, flexibility, adaptable, and balance. I think you're very adaptable. You're very flexible. You could be literally physically flexible or emotionally, mentally flexible. And then the bat, let's talk about the bat here. The bat says darkness, says letting go. It says death leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In darkness, it could be seen all that is invisible in our daylight hours. It's this person could see very clearly at night, even when others can't see at night. You could be very clear on what's so attractive about you, pile 2, and what is your magical power is the fact that you can see very clearly. You know where you want to point that arrow, and there's no need for you to I want to say for some of you, there's no need for you to like wait, because it's like you already planned ahead. You already know. Like you already know what direction to go. For some of you, it could be that maybe you're starting to plan it ahead a little bit more and getting a little bit more to the bottom of figuring out what direction you want to go and like seeing things a little bit more clearly with this back card. I think you are someone though that does see things very clearly, and you get to the bottom of things maybe more quickly or more quicker than others. With the bat, it says it's a masterful sense of the subtle. You could be someone who's very sensitive to the subtle, or you could have like these great senses, like being able to tell when, you know, when people are acting different, or like when the world is acting a little bit different. You could tell like maybe when the nature is like something's up with nature. Like you could be very sensitive to the subtle. And then it says the back card shows us a signifying end of a chapter. Closing the door, the bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns, no longer lingering in the past. It says accepts, adapts, adjusts. I think you are someone who is very adaptable towards change. You are someone who could like have a transformation a lot, and the ability to grow and change and adapt towards, and clearly adapt towards the direction it is you want to go. So that's what I have with your cards. Let's see what we have with your text messages. We have baby. People could want to call you baby. People could feel like sweet like a baby, or like you have this like innocence to you, and it's very sweet. You could be very spiritual, your spiritual sense. You could have like a third eye, really strong sense to your intuition, and that could be what that sensitive to the subtle is. Blushing. People could love the way you blush. I was talking about the blush on your face too. People could love the way you blush. People could love the blush you put on. People could be eager to show you off, or you could be eager to show maybe your goals, your challenges, to show off. You could be someone who really isn't afraid to step in the spotlight. If you look at your image, she's literally in the spotlight. So let's see what else we have for pile 2. We have Scorpio, could be significant. We have you deserve the world. It says what they think doesn't matter. It says chef it up. You could be a really good cook. We have hiding their feelings. We have 666, which is the number of, for some people it could be the number of the devil, but the way I view the devil is more of like your ego, your shadow self, and working through those things, or your deepest, darkest desires. And another way that I see the number 6 is like a group of 6 people, so like knowledge, assessment, a big group of people working together. What else do we have? It says your drive is so attractive. And we have, for some of you, there could be something about Japan. And we have strong personality. Your superpower is your strong personality. For some of you, you guys could be passive or starting to be more direct. So that is what I have with your index messages. Let's see what we have with your Pinterest board. You could have a beautiful waist. You could be someone who is no longer overthinking, but being someone who's more mindful. So instead of thinking, and you could be someone who is controlling your thoughts, getting more in control of your thoughts. It says, what if everything goes wrong? That is the ego talking. That is the self-preservation. Our ego, the reason to why we have an ego, the definition of an ego is this is the part of ourselves that wants to keep us safe. This is the way our brain is wired to keep us safe. So it is our ego that is making us think this. What if everything goes wrong? Oh my God, I need to protect myself. I need to worry about my safety. I need to worry about staying safe. That is our ego. A more mindful way of thinking about this is being like, I'm focusing on right now, what I'm focusing on right now. I can handle whatever comes my way, no matter what. And a lot of the time, our fears usually don't happen. 90% of the time, what we are like fearful of and what our egos are making us think of, it's like our ego makes us overthink about all these different little things that could possibly happen. But in reality, think about the percentage of them actually happening. It's like maybe like 5%. You know, it's like it's not a common thing to actually go through what it was that you were fearing. It rarely happens. So it's important to be like, okay, I know I'm scared of this, but I could trust myself to know I can make it through no matter what. And that is your true superpower, pile 2. So that's what I have with that. It says, believe you deserve it and the universe will serve it. Yes, you are sparkling and shining like a star, pile 2. It says, touch me again and I will end you. We have my Hebes or fucking GB. You could be scared. There could be something about having fear, scare, like feeling scared. And if you need reassurance, pile 2, let me reassure you. You don't need to be scared. If you're scared about something in particular, you have every right to make adjustments so that you do feel more comfortable. To protect yourself. And it is important to, protect yourself. But ask yourself, is this, are you putting yourself in your comfort zone? And is that keeping you away from your dreams? From what's making you happy? We have failure. We have work on the things people can't take away from you. Your body, your skill, your mindset, your character, your knowledge, your work ethic. You are unstoppable. I think what your superpower is, pile 2, is this is all stuff that you already know. And this is all stuff that you work and you use under your belt that is really your superpower. You could be someone who is really in tune with your body, your skills, your mindset, the character, like your personality, your work ethic. It says failure, fall, acknowledge, invest, learn, understand, realign, evolve. I love that. Feels free to chill your wine. Frozen grapes. There could be something about you being, your superpower could be like maybe your date ideas, or maybe the way you host parties, or the way you set up like parties, your cute little ideas. Maybe for some of you guys are party planners, or wants to be party planners. We have who is she. There could be something about you being like absolutely stunning and like beautiful. Maybe you do like a YouTube channel, or like you talk to the camera in some way. That could be very specific. We have this shirt from Stylin' Jade is definitely a favorite. You could have really cute outfits, cute shirts. It says doodle over the top of this page. It says maybe you are destined to be boring. Maybe you are the entire world. Learn to love your life. I feel like people are afraid of the word boring, or they're afraid of being boring, but in reality, it's like, with the day and age that we are in right now, we are so like juiced up with dopamine. So it's really important to accept the boring, accept sitting in that uncomfortable feeling of feeling bored, because that is when our true, creativity sparks. So that is what I have. It says, they say I'm too sensitive. And I love how it says little, like, it's in the anthropology of poetry and journeys. There's nothing wrong with being sensitive. There's beauty that comes with sensitivity. So that is what I have for you, my beautiful pile 2s. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, we're going to have an extended over on my Patreon. And a reminder, I sell personal readings. So thank you, and I'll see you in one of the next ones. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile 3s. If you chose this image, this will be your reading on what magical powers do you have. So, don't tell anybody else, but you got 5 cards. So, okay, but before we hop into that, I want to remind you, I do sell personal readings. It's on my Beacon AI types in the description and in the bio. Every single deck you see on there is listed over there. I have bundle readings that are customizable. And I have a sale going on for spooky season, which 30% off. So you could get a reading as low as $15 over there up until the 26th, which is my birthday. So if you're interested, check it out. If not, no worries. And I also have a Patreon where we're going to do an extended reading to this pile. We're going to talk a little bit more into the nitty-gritty, get a little bit more detailed, because there's less people watching over there. And there is ad-free, and it's ad-free. It helps out the channel. And also it allows me to speak freely, a little bit more on the 18+ side. So, yeah. If you're interested, it's in the bio. Thank you for listening. Let's hop into your reading. So we're going to do tarot, then we're going to do index messages, and then we're going to do Pinterest board. Okay, so what I got for you, pile 3, is you are... First off, let's talk about your image. So the main thing, what your superpower is, could be your mesmerizing eyes. You could like trap people in like maybe a bit of a love spell with your eye contact. There could also be something about you seducing or hypnotizing people with your eyes. So that's what I'm getting with that. That's like mainly what I'm getting. People could also love your like superpower could also be the way you decorate. Your witchy vibes. There could also be just like the way you decorate for Halloween. It's like literally you are it's a superpower the way you're able to make every space look so fun and exciting to step into. And it's interesting how this cat has like a bunch of lights around them. Like they accidentally wrapped themselves in the lights when decorating. So there could be something about that. But that's what I have with your image. Let's talk about your cards. So we have the Star, we have the Limo, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse next to the Brawler, which is lack of empathy, confrontation, and then the Rebirth. So with you, pile 3, the type of superpower I'm getting from you is your determination, your willfulness and faith in yourself and determination to get to whatever it is or whatever goal you want to go, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how much you have to fight for it, no matter how much you have to, you know, be at odds of, like in this, at odds of like, you know, things being maybe even if the situation is like out of your favor, even if it's like almost like the percentage is not in your favor, you're still able to win and you're still able to be successful and make it happen. And it's truly a phenomenon. It's truly insane, the amount of determination we are getting in this reading. So that's what I'm getting from you, pile 3. That is your true superpower, your ability to make everything work in your favor. The Seven of Wands, so this card specifically says, like, there are other people here with sticks to fight this one person. And, like, you are supposed to be the person, the single person. And there's, like, odds. There's odds against you, right? And there's other people here to compete and to battle. And you are, like, you make it out alive. You defeat, it's like you're able to win. You're able to fight these people and win. And it reminds me, the Chariot right here, the Limo, it's in the Limo for the Final Rose. It talks mostly, the Final Rose deck usually talks about like reality TV and like a love story or whatever. But it talks about, in this it says, even though there's other suitors to fight for this love, like this person, this specific person, it has the will and determination to propel themselves into undoubted success. Like the amount of confidence you have in yourself, pile 3, to literally make anything that you've ever wanted in life to happen. I'm kind of getting like this could be like your dreams or your career or your passion. But it's truly like you, even if you're at odds, you still make it happen. You are like a fighter. You're someone who never freaking gives up. And that is your true superpower. And the way that you never give up, it means that you're just getting closer and closer to success. It means that you are almost like rewriting the scripts of nature. You know, like, okay, I know some people might not like the fact that I said that, but just give me a chance, okay? What I'm trying to say is, like, think about Steve Jobs. Think about Walt Disney. Walt Disney, the guy who literally created Disney and the whole animation stuff, he, for the longest time, wanted to make Disney, or Disney World, for the longest time, and he got rejected literally like 100 and something times. Can you imagine getting rejected 100 and something times to build a place, it's almost like you just want to give up. You're like, this is never going to happen. Guess it's just not in the cards for me, you know? But he never gave up. He knew that it was for him. He had that burning fire in his soul, and he knew to continue to fight for it, even if the odds were against him. And guess what? Look at what we have now. We have Disney World. Because he kept pushing. He kept trying. He didn't give up. And the chariot, when you think of like the Rider-Waite chariot, you think of this guy, like this gladiator in the chariot card with the 2 horses in front of him, and he's running into, or he's like riding into the arena about to fight his opponent. And this is a more modern take to it. The limo is more of like about our brave suitor takes action in pursuit of his wildest dreams. This luxury vehicle carries him to his destination. He's emerging, booming with confidence and courage. Even as other suitors step out of their own chariots to compete for love, the will and determination of this fellow bachelor propels him to undoubted success. Willfulness, action, determination, success. And so what I'm really getting for you, Pile 3, it's like the fact that you never give up. It's the fact that you keep pushing. It's the fact that you are like, this is meant for me, and this is going to happen no matter how long it takes, no matter how many people I have to, you know, be on oppositions with. And like, what I'm not meaning is physical fighting. For some of you, it could be, maybe that's something you do for a career. Maybe you guys do actually box. Maybe you do like, you know, MMA or whatever. That could be a specific message for very few of you. But I'm talking more about like the mental fighting, the mental game, the ability to, even when the odds feel against you, to keep pushing, to keep going. And know that with this rebirth card, it's like you are transformable, and it's like you don't let anything stop you from this birth, from this transformation of your soul, to get you closer to who it is you truly want to be, or to the version of yourself that you see yourself becoming. It's the person you already are. And you're working really hard towards that. I'm also getting another thing of your magical power is we got 7-7. Holy shit. Sorry for cursing, but there could be something about your luck. You have really good luck. Even when the odds are against you, it's like you have very good luck on your side. You have really good luck. And it's like you have luck like no other, and somehow it works out. It always works out for you. It always works out for you. And people are like, to a regular person, and I'm not trying to compare you to other people because it's not how I do things around here, but like for a regular person, they have the, you know, equilibrium amount of balance or amount of luck, I mean, and they're like, oh, like, it doesn't work out for them, but it always works out for you, Pile 3. It's always working out for you. Okay. And I think you could be fighting in a very healthy way. It's like you're not fighting, for some of you, it could be you're fighting other people. For some of you, it could be you're fighting against the odds of like, maybe you're in a career that's very competitive, and it's like you have to win to get this, you know, place. And that could be something that's very competitive. But for the rest of you, what I'm getting is like, it could be you're fighting yourself. You're fighting your own mind. You're fighting the doubt. You're fighting your past rooted beliefs, whatever was holding you back. It's like you're fighting whatever chains are holding you back. And you're not giving up. You're not giving up to stay stagnant. You are literally like ripping those chains out of the wall and then on your journey. And yeah, that's what I'm really getting. With the star card here, the star card represents Aquarius. We also have Cancer here. I don't know about this card, but this one I know represents Cancer. The star card is someone who is their most authentic self, someone who is really stepping in, or someone who is their highest self, someone who acts like their highest self, somebody who, you know, is very loving, compassionate, accepting, confident in themselves, and someone who is literally the star. They shine bright, they sparkle, and everybody, you know, is looking, is staring and watching, because it is such a beautiful thing to see. You are literally the star. You grab people's attention even when you don't want it. Like, people can't help but look at you and watch you, or see what you're doing, or wanting to see what you're up to, because first off, you may have the most interesting life, and people want to be you, pile 3. People are so inspired by the fire that burns you to give it a shot, and to literally fight for what it is you believe in, or to literally fight for what it is you want, and fight for your dreams. And people are like, it's inspiring. It's truly inspiring. It inspires others, and it's like people just can't help but want to see your journey, wanting to join you, wanting to follow you in your journey, watch you maybe from afar, or maybe even compete with you, or even see and like try to compete with you, because it's inspiring. They're inspired by you. They look up to you. And like, if you think about it, think about any type of battle. Like, think about, for me, the only thing I can think of is like anime, and I think of Gojo and what's his name? Shit. Sukuna. Or I think his name is Sukuna. Gojo and Sukuna, when they have that crazy battle, like the most two strongest people in the world, they want to battle each other because they want to, like, you know, it's like almost like a dance between two people. It's like they want to fight with each other and see who could win, but in reality, it's like they have respect for each other. They respect each other. They they look up to the power and strength that one person has, and they're like, they see each other as, like, in a way, like brothers. You know, they're like, wow, like, this is my brother. This is, like, there's a lot of respect. So I think a lot of people respect you, pile 3. I think, and you're not a type of person to demand. I'm taking it more of, like, as a mental thing, not like as a actual physical fighting. And obviously, you know, be careful with not actually physically fighting everybody. You know, I don't think that's what I'm really getting. But for some of you, like I said, boxing. But what I'm really getting is, like, you do it in a respectable way. It's like you could be in a job that is very competitive, but you make friends along the way. You have, like, a very competitive career, or whatever it is, a hobby, or whatever it is you're doing, and you fight, you lock in when it's time to fight, but when it comes to, you know, maybe after, you're like, oh, like, let's hang out, let's go out for drinks, let's have some fun. And, like, you win the trophy, you win the prize. You have that determination that's like, you are not somebody to ever give up. And that's what I have. That's what I have for you with these cards, pile 3. Let's see what we have with your index messages. And also, I wanted to say, it's not in a way of, like, fighting people for your own gain. It's not in a way of, like, putting others down. That's not what I'm getting. Like, what I'm getting is more of, like, lifting others up, while also, you know, still being competitive and still pushing yourself to your limit. What it makes it so respectable is that you push yourself to your limit with whatever it is that you're doing, and the other person pushes themselves to their limit, you know? And it's really on a test of, like, skill. And that could be with anything. Maybe it's your schooling, your career, your intellect, I don't know what it is. But, yeah. Besides that, though, what I'm also getting is you could be literally a god or goddess. Like, you could be very stunning, very attractive. I want to say maybe for some of you, you tend to get your way. We have destined for greatness. Yeah, for real. We have beautiful nails. We have your heart will heal as you receive new love. We have I'm grateful for my life. This could be something that you like to do. Maybe you are a very competitive person. What else do we have for pile 3? We have long-term success is better than short-term success. You could be in it for the long run. You could look towards the long-term success and not just the short-term. Jealous because they believe they can't do it. Oh, and we do have Aquarius here. Oh. We have prioritizing yourself. There could be people who are insecure. It says be 100% authentic. You could be also someone who's very honest, very 100% authentically yourself. And I think you may make a lot of people uncomfortable, pile 3, but it's like, it's very alluring, it's very attractive. It's like you hypnotize people. And like, what I'm not getting is like short-term, you know, gains of like fighting with somebody, like yelling, screaming. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that type of situation, because that's just a short-term. It's just, you're fighting to all ends for no one to win, you know? This is what I'm more getting is more of like, you know, having healthy boundaries, walking away when things are not, you know, when things are not working, when things are disrespecting you or disrespecting your boundaries, but in a healthy way, walking and pulling away your energy. And I feel like what I'm really getting, though, is like career-wise. Manifesting your dreams. Yeah. So that's what I have with your index messages. Let's see what we get with your Pinterest board. It says PH journey. Maybe some of you guys are going for like a really difficult career. Maybe you are like studying to be like a doctor, a lawyer, an architect, or some like crazy like intense career path, and it's like you are gonna make it. There's no if, buts, or whatever about it. It's like you literally have it in the palms of your hands. I'm so excited to start. I know nothing. What am I doing? Oh wait, I know something. Yes, this is working. Haha, jokes. Yeah, this is the sign of the end. Will this thesis just hurry itself? Finished. That's like the cycle. It says the biggest lesson kids can learn is the action cures fear. We suffer more in the imagination than in reality. Mental health, 99 other issues, presentation, life, job, responsibilities, back pain, financial crisis, assignments, exam, career. Sometimes you just gotta remind yourself that you are that bad little berry bitch with the juicy little booty who deserves all the good things coming their way. Aw. You could have really beautiful, maybe you had like a transformation of your hair. Maybe you had like a transformation with your hair. And it's like super shiny, healthy. Maybe you like cut your hair or changed your hair in some way. It says, why is design hard? Maybe some of you guys are going for like design. We have keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. That's what I was kind of saying. Like, your people that you might be competing with can literally be like really good friends of yours. And like in a healthy way. Being like, oh, I'm better than them, or like that egocentric type of, you know, subtle hate towards your friends. That's not what I mean. I mean more of like, I respect this person. This person pushes themselves to their, I am inspired by these people. I'm inspired by the people I have to compete against. I want to be friends with these people. I want to be surrounded by these people, you know? So that's what I mean. I'm getting like Itadori. I'm getting like Gojo, like a hero. You're like a hero. You are like you're on your like your hero arc, not in a villain arc. You're on your hero arc. It says on a side quest, talk later. You could be very busy. What else is Pile 3 superpower. Your affirmations, the way you speak to yourself, you could be very loving and accepting and you could hype yourself up. You could really like to be a woman for some of you and love all the beautiful things that come with being a woman. It says people are illogical, unreasonable, self-centered, love them anyway. If you do good, people will accuse you of being selfish. Do good anyway. If you could be challenging your thoughts, you could be fighting with your thoughts, you could be fighting with your own ego. Pile 3, that could be what the challenge is. Even if you're at odds with your ego, even if your ego may overpower your thoughts a lot, you still fight them anyways. You still change and rewire your brain to think more happy and to think more positive. For some of you, your superpower could be the way you do your nails or the way you do other people's nails. It says if something feels missing in your life, it's probably me. Her makeup, are you seeing this? Incredible type of beauty. I adore her makeup style. It says the curb effect, curb cut effect. When we design for, maybe for some of you it could be like design. We make things better for everyone. You're made out of stardust. Can you see now how beautiful you are? Wow. You are truly beautiful, Pile 3. You are truly spectacular, and you are shining bright like the star you are. Please don't take my drink, I'm dancing. Darling, you are a goddess, a badass, and you totally got this. Wow. Your power is the ability to see your future, the ability to see where you're heading, and the ability to plan ahead and get exactly where it is you want to go. So that is what I have for you, my beautiful Pile 3. Thank you so much for watching. I do, again, sell personal readings, and there's going to be an extended reading on my Patreon, so if you felt like this resonated, you want to hear more, you can go check it out over there. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in one of the next ones. Bye!